You got to be okay with understanding that some people won't understand your vision and they
Okay.
won't get on board right away, right? So that means you have to let go of your thoughts and your emotions, and you have to separate how you feel. Because sometimes you want like your family to support you or your friends to support
Yeah.
you, and you have to understand that's also okay. So letting go of how you feel in that moment and not taking that personal. That was one. Because if you take that personal, you're gonna lose focus of the vision.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna focus on that instead of what you need to do. Like people get on board when they're ready, and you have to be okay with that.
Welcome to You Plus Happy. Yeah. Hello. Welcome back to season 3 of You Plus Happy. I'm Selena Marshae, and this season I get to talk to interesting guests who are building lives they actually like. And listeners, you help make the show. Please like, review, subscribe, all the stuff. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you like the new format? Do you like the guests? Tell me everything. And then if there's a question you want me to ask, put it in the comments. Today, I'm joined by Scott Morris, who is a music executive and entrepreneur. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you and
being
your time.
here. Thank you for being here. Okay, we're gonna jump in. Speed round. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is quick. It's keep or
Sure.
delete. Keep or
Yeah.
delete.
All right.
Hustle culture,
Hustle culture, keep.
networking, personal brands, LinkedIn.
I don't know. Can I plead the fifth? Because I ain't really used it to yet.
Yeah, you can. You
Okay, I
can.
wanna plead the
That's
fifth.
smart, actually.
Okay.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah,
5
yeah.
a.m. routines,
Depends on the day. Some days is keep, some days is delete.
manifestation,
Keep.
and toxic positivity.
That is very interesting. You said toxic positivity.
Yes.
So it's like what you take the toxic situation and flip it?
What does it mean to you?
Okay, all right. Well, what does it mean to you?
Being like not acknowledging the truth. Like my foot hurts. It's okay, it'll be okay, but actually you really need to go to the doctor.
Okay, all right.
Like you don't ignore it.
I feel like you could plead the fifth with that because it depends on the situation. When
Okay.
you're using something like that,
Yeah.
you're aware, but you need to move forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then being fully booked.
You know what? That's a blessing, but it's also a curse too, because if you don't properly take care of yourself and your health and know how to have good, healthy habits, you can crash.
Yeah.
So,
Been there.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else.
it is a blessing though. It is a blessing to be booked though.
It is. That's when those boundaries come in. Well, thank you for playing that very, very, very quick game.
That was good.
You said manifestation keep. What's the last thing you manifested?
I would say like where we at right now, it's in the air for days. Like I kind of knew what steps we needed to take. So it was kind of cool going bigger and just really like seeing it. Because I'm an energy person, I can feel
Yeah.
when there's a transition or a shift. So I probably feel like where we're at right now, I kind of knew that we had to create relationships. We had to be okay with losses so we know how to maneuver and build. And we just had to study and just see where like the brand is moving and people are trusting us and just connecting where it's at. So I'd say the 10th year of days, what we just did, I felt like I manifested that years ago.
What did you just do? What is it called?
Day Summit. So Day Summit is basically my version. So in the South, like Texas, but in the South, they have this festival called South by Southwest. Right? South by Southwest is so like important to that region in the South because you get to network with all kinds of people, whether it's directors, publishers, managers, directors, movies. I know I said it twice, I just realized that artists and all kinds of people and executives. And you get to learn, right? So the average person can meet someone who maybe just shot a big film that's going to the movie theaters right there. Or you can meet a music executive right there in person where your life could change.
Okay.
So I was inspired. I created that in the Northeast region because I realized we didn't have something like that. So 10 years ago, going to South by South, attending it, seeing it, being inspired, realizing the impact, I said, I need to create something like that.
All right. So for people who don't know what you do, including me, what's
I'm
your
crying.
what's your I know a little bit.
good.
What's your elevator pitch?
Well, I know that you're learning because we literally just met.
Yes,
And,
yes.
So yeah, I met her at this event that I was going to. It was at State Farm. We both was networking. She came outside. She had a nice smile. She was cool. She was confident. And I said, hey. And then we became friends.
Yes, that's it. So say I was in an elevator and you had to do an elevator pitch and you thought I was like, I could change your career, your trajectory. What's your elevator pitch?
Exactly what you just said.
What?
I could change your life.
That's what you would say to me?
Absolutely.
And what? And how?
Because you're going to want to know why.
Okay, why? We're on the elevator.
Yeah, like I said, I could just say I might have a service that you might need.
What is it?
Good. I like this. All right. So look, if we're in the elevator and I come across you, depending on the situation, every situation decides what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say when I say it. It just depends on what I feel. But if I did say to you, I'm gonna change your life.
All right. Well, let's change it.
Okay.
We are in a meeting at the board.
Okay.
We at the top, the floor to ceiling windows.
Okay.
They're sitting around the table.
Okay.
Everybody has a different title. What is your opening line? Your opening pitch?
Well, if we're talking about my brand or how we could partner, I am gonna say that I felt like I created something that could shift our culture. And I targeted this region. This region has access to this age group, this demographic. These are the people that you need. So if you want to trust my brand, we can get you in front of people that don't know you exist or probably don't trust you yet.
Okay. In what way?
A lot of businesses want to work with a lot of customers or clients or potential clients want to work with businesses they trust. They might be aware of your business, but that don't mean they trust it because at the end of the day, everybody want to make money, right? So when it comes to like the emotional connection, people want to feel like you care, or if I'm gonna trust your business because you partnered with this business I trust, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
So I've created trust within my customers.
How do you build trust?
Just being able to like keep your word or just being able to show them the way. Like people like to grow with you. I've learned with people like stories, right? So people like, for example, I focus in the artist world, right? So in the artist world, everyone wants to become successful. So if they get to watch a brand go from start to like the brand falls down, it gets back up. How do they rebuild? How do they connect? How do they supply help in the community? Do they give opportunities? And they get to watch it. Then they want to position themselves because they feel that you know how to lead them.
How long have you been doing this?
10, 12 years max.
Can you tell the people what you told me, the event that you did with?
Yeah, that's Day Summit.
That's the Day Summit.
Yeah, so Day Summit is the Northeast version of South by South. So Jim Jones was the headliner.
And you booked, Scott booked Jim Jones.
That's correct.
Okay.
So I booked Jim Jones, we booked Honey Baby. Those were our two headliners. Honey Baby is a really growing, popular artist in the Northeast region. She's known throughout the world because she signed to Universal. Well, I think it was either Universal or Warner. If I said it wrong, my apologies. But I know she's signed to one of the major labels.
Okay.
But she's like the R&B star that they're pushing. Jim Jones is a hip hop legend. We all know him for what he's done, his impact, and what he's given to us. So being able to put those two on the stage where you got people that have never met him, heard the music, probably wanted to go to an event, and they get a chance to all see one of the artists that they know or inspired by or listen to live through me. So that strengthens the trust. So if I tell them we're gonna have a major artist or we're gonna help you get connected or the right people are gonna be there because they seeing it, if I say something, they're gonna trust it more.
What's a music executive? We've all heard that term.
Yeah. So music executives are usually behind the scene people. They could be someone that does marketing, public relations. They could be advisor, an assistant. They could be admin.
What's your specialty?
So for me, I know how to do management and PR. I'm more going down like owning my own label company. I have my own label or management firm. You know what I'm saying? I do have an agency, which is more bookings. So through more bookings, that's how I'm able to, I don't have to sign you to work with you, but I can be like a consultant, or I can help book you for a show or book you for an event or help you know what events to do, where to be, and how to properly spend your money.
But there's a fee, even if they don't sign up with you.
Like I said, like it depends. Every agency is different.
Okay.
Right.
With your agency,
it could be a fee, or it depends on the situation, case to case. Because, like for example, let's say if credit is very important in the music business, right? Because at the end of the day, credit, like you receiving the credit for anything that you do.
Okay.
Because it's like, as an artist is good as their next hit, right? Credit for us as executives, that's very important because now we can have a paper trail of things that you've done. Oh, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did this.
It's a resume.
Yes, correct. So in regards to like us, like let's say for example, for artists is moving the correct way and I can physically see that this partnership is mutually beneficial, then there may not be a fee because I can figure out different ways to grow it. And then now I move into the position where now I become the manager because you trust me and I trust you that we can get this to the next level.
So for you to know that it's mutually beneficial, you just look at their resume?
No, it depends on like conversations, how they move, their characteristics. There's certain things you got to realize and look at it because somebody can have a good resume, but that don't always mean that they have a good character.
What are some red flags?
What I always suggest with artists and people, you know, that people are easy to work with, right? People like, so being an executive is a thankless job. You got to do what it is that you're supposed to. This is your job. But appreciation goes a far way. So if we can see the small things, right? All right, you know how to be charismatic, but you also know how to show appreciation to others. Let's say an interview is set up and you think the journalist, now the third journalist wants to go above and beyond for you because you probably did 5 interviews and you're the only one who said thank you for her time. It's just small little things, manners, how you move, eye contact, knowing how to work a room. Like I can't teach you those things. It's probably just how you're built and developed.
So those are green flags.
Those are green.
So what are the red flags? Like a huge red flag.
It depends on each person. Like everybody different, but some people will say that when it comes to like red flags, it might just be like people being rude or just not being coachable.
Not being coachable?
Yeah.
How much does talent matter?
It matters a lot because at the end of the day, you still want to like the music, but it's like that's what the reason why I say it's case by case because every situation is different. You got some people that the artist could be extremely talented and make incredible music to where it's hard to position them because people don't like them, but they might be a good songwriter. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to lose that situation in business. So now it can't go past a business relationship because they just your energy and their energy don't align, right? Because at the end of the day, it all starts with talent no matter what. That's the product. You can't do nothing without that. But then you have some people who they don't have the talent, but they have the charisma, but you could put the right writers around them and now we have the product. So it just all depends on the situation.
Okay.
You need the music no matter what.
Well, imagine, what if they're super talented and they're kind, but y'all just don't mesh? Like you don't get a good...
Well, you could, that's why it's good to have a team under you.
Okay.
Because then let's say me and this artist don't mesh for whatever reasons. Could be religious or just whatever.
Y'all just don't
reasons.
vibe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't work for us. Then you got someone else that could just be the point of contact. And as long as it gets done, it's straight.
How did you know you were good at this?
People tell me.
Really? How long did it take for them to tell you, like, all right?
Some time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the thing is, you're not gonna get good overnight. You have to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like failure will help you know what direction to move and how to be able to get better with whatever it is you're doing. Like for example, I got the chance. So Me and Snow was one of the first projects that I got the chance to work with for 16 months. 16 months, I got the chance to fail. So that I can understand what to do, what to change, what to alter, what to try, what impact does this do, and what does this movement do. So it helped me have a clear vision of how to like promote an artist and how to get them moving or how to create the relationships or even how to network with somebody, how to pitch.
How much time do you spend assessing? So like in the beginning, make those failures, but does it take time to sit and reflect?
Yeah. Because when you're doing a reflection process, you got to understand, okay, why didn't this work for this artist? Because every artist is different. You know what I'm saying? You might think this could work for her and it may not work. And then now you have to realize, okay, you know what? This artist's personality is different. So if I try a strategy similar, maybe I have to alter this to get a different result. So you really have to study to understand what to do.
What does your studying process look like?
Like I do like to get feedback. I do like surveys. You know what I'm saying? Those are important to me. I do like feedback from people that we do business with. I do like that because suggestions always do matter. And it also hearing feedback from the artists. Like you'll learn from the artists what they like, what they don't like to do, what gets them excited to do, whether it's interviews, dropping a song, working with certain people. You're just talking.
What how did you get your team?
Like some of them I grew up with, and then some of them I found along the way.
Did anybody that you grew up with have to fall to the wayside?
It come with it.
It comes with it. Was that hurtful?
It's always gonna be hurtful.
Okay, because I've been there.
Yeah,
like, damn.
It's part of the game. Because the thing is, it's like God will remove certain people at certain times. We don't have control of that. Because once you pray about it, and you know, maybe sometimes people get removed because they got a different path that they're going in life. And as much as you want them to be here, that might not just be where they're at. They just probably serve their purpose.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. I'm gonna ask some other questions.
That's cool.
Obviously.
It's cool.
What's some terrible advice that you got? Because I hear you saying you do receive feedback from folks.
Yep.
That's something that's important for your process.
Somebody told me when I started, I know that I knew what they meant, but I just don't think that's what I was supposed to do when I first started. They said, focus only on yourself and don't help the community.
What?
That was the advice they gave me.
They said focus on yourself and don't help the community?
Correct.
Did they elaborate?
But I know what they mean in a sense, like, depending on what your role is, like for example, to be an artist, you have to think you do, because you have to think you first.
Okay.
Now, but in my role, I have to think we, because I have to structure a team and think about what my moves and how they can impact each person. If I had focused on me instead of we, I don't think I'd be here. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people that can vouch for certain things, or people that connect me because they know that it's genuine. So it just depends. But I always remembered that advice. I didn't agree with it.
What is do you say an artist does have to keep themselves first and not actually take that advice?
Because the thing is, it's like you're the creator, you know? Of course, every decision that you make impacts the people around you, but you have to really focus and lock in to create the music, to have the experience, to live the life. And then after you create the product, then you could bring it to your team and stuff. Like thinking about what you do, how it affects others, of course, that's something that you want to be mindful of, but you have to put you first in order to get to the next level. You got to take the opportunities. You got to be the one to put you first.
Were you a musician first?
Always, honey.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah. I still do music, but I know what direction I wanted to go.
You sing rap?
I wish I could sing. If I could sing, damn.
That would be your main focus?
Yeah, probably, but that's not what God wanted.
Because every executive, every person I've met behind the scenes always started as an artist.
That's a fact.
I'm not saying every single one that exists, but everyone that I've met.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Usually we all got goals to be like a famous artist, and then things happens a different way. But at least we can connect with them.
I think that's part of the reason for the show, because I want people to be able to be exposed, because we only think about what we're exposed to. You're exposed to the front person. You're not exposed to all the background people. I mean, we hear big names like Berry Gordy or somebody, but for the most part, we don't hear about the people behind the scenes. We only I could probably name 3 or 5 maybe. Yeah. So, all right, I could name 10. I really could. But anyways, my point is saying that is, how was that pivot?
Like in this era?
No, what happened when you were like, oh, I'm not probably gonna focus on being a musician?
It was just more in a sense, I just didn't feel like that was my calling at the time that I shifted. So I created something where I was in college. I went to John Jay. John Jay was really popular.
For what?
That's a criminal justice school.
Okay.
But it was just for you could go there for law, policing, whatever you want, but that wasn't my calling. I was just popping. So
you were popping?
Yeah, popular.
At the school.
Yeah.
But why did you go there if it wasn't your calling?
Because I didn't have a choice. I just
I don't know. I'm just out here.
You good? I just said, I guess.
I'm just out here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I went to high school. I went to legal studies. That was a law school for high school. Then I just went to John Jay because I didn't know where else to go.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't had, my grades wasn't that great, so I wasn't going to get the chance to go away for school. My grades wasn't good. So, but going there, I got to just see certain things. I created a college tour called Dean's List Tour. That's how I first got on the scene.
You created a tour.
Yeah.
Called
Dean's List Tour.
Dean's List Tour.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it?
It was a college tour. We took like independent artists to schools and just perform at different colleges. I wanted to go on tour. That's part of
How did you get in touch with the people? Did you just call them like, hey, can I come perform?
Nah, I was just popular. So I just knew who to hit, who I was cool with, people plugged.
No. I mean like the...
I know what you mean. That's what
not the artists.
I know.
Artists want to perform. I think that's the easy
part.
part.
I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about at that time, if you went to CUNY is our, it's like City College, University of New York, or City University, something like that. But there's a whole bunch of schools and different people. Like in high school, I knew a lot of people. College, I knew a lot of people. I didn't know that the people that I knew in high school or was cool with in high school or college, or the favors that I would have, or me sometimes walking the hall, then not going to class, would turn into my boy from this school was popping at that school, or my boy at this school was BSU or that. It was just when I said I wanted to do a college tour, the timing just worked out. So,
all right, say you know Terry at another school. Mm-hmm. He knows the people to ask to be able to perform? Because you can't just pop up at a school.
I agree, yeah. Terry is in position. So if Scott called Terry and said, hey, Terry, I want to do this, Terry probably trusted me because I looked out for Terry back in the day. So if Scott's with it, Terry with it.
No, but say Terry's not just the artist, but he's the artist.
That's not gonna work. Terry would have to be in school or the club in order to get approval from administration for Scott to host an event.
That's what I'm talking about, administration.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So how do you get to, so you get to...
It's two ways with schools. You can go directly to administration or know the students that's head of a club. It's the only way it's gonna happen.
What club?
Depends on the club. BSU. Every school got different organizations.
So the only two ways to go on tour for it with a college would be, because I don't know this, and I'm sure a lot of people don't know it, would be through knowing Terry at the club, in the school, or knowing the administration.
Yeah, you still got to get approved.
And the administration has to approve.
Event still has to get approved.
What's the money like? Did you have a budget?
Nah. A lot of it was I put in my own bag.
But so you still had a budget. It still cost money.
You're right. I wouldn't see that as a big budget, but we were just blessed.
Okay. But it still costs. So you had to get a bus?
Nah, we just rented like caravans and it's just like when we did this, we had no knowledge of what we was doing. We just wanted to do something. In the process of doing it, then you start learning this requires a budget, this requires gas, this requires tolls, this requires food, this requires lodging. Mm-hmm. But you don't know that in the process. You just look at Wiz Khalifa going on a college tour and go, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. Then you learn it.
Okay. Well, how long in advance did you plan it until the first show?
We made the post on Facebook in the summer and then figured it out in October when school opened back up.
So like 3 months?
Yeah, you can say that, 2, 3, because we had to wait till school opened back up when I was in college. It only worked because I was in college at the time.
How many stops?
You say, huh?
How many stops?
How many steps it took?
Stops.
Oh,
how many places?
First year was like 8, second year 16. Second year when we did it, that's when we did Howard University and University of Northern Texas. That's what blew it up. So then it went from 250 people auditioning to 500 people auditioning. That's when I knew it was real because it was just like, it took a life of its own.
Was it lucrative?
Not at the moment.
No.
It created popularity, it created respect, it caused attention and awareness, but it didn't help me financially.
Right.
So I had to take a pause and redirect it. But it was cool. Like, it's part of helping me know to do this, you need to be able to know where to spend the money and how to raise the money and how to create the relationships. It helped me understand there's 3 components: networking, financial, and education when it comes to where to spend the money.
How do you get the money?
There's different ways. Like, you could get money from funding.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do fundraisers. There's always that. You know what I'm saying? You could always figure out another way, like if you do have a 9-to-5, how to save. Because once you know what it costs, you can take from your monthly spending or what you can to invest.
Yeah.
So those are like 2 of the ways. There's other additional ways, but those are 2 that I would suggest to people.
And being willing to invest in yourself because it's out of your own pocket in the beginning.
That's 100.
Did you have to pay the artists?
Not for the college tour. It was just because we were all trying to figure it out. They were just more like a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, wanted the opportunity just like I did to
Right.
just expand into different networks. And I was just blessed that they trusted me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because to get in schools, like I said, it's not easy. You know, everybody will look at, I could do a college tour and they think, that, okay, so you can have an idea, but as long as you're dealing with schools, there's still an approval process. Imagine if 10 people are submitting their vision of what they feel is the best idea for the students. You still have to see if your idea will get approved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you got an idea don't mean it's going to be the one that they choose.
So how many events have you, they're all music events, right?
I did music, fashion, a beauty pageant when I was in college. I hosted events as well. I did radio too when I was in college. So I have experience in different like things. You know what I'm saying? Like where we're at right now is a more home focus, but
Okay.
I've definitely done panels too in conferences.
Do you like hosting?
In the past.
Not down?
Nah, I'd rather put somebody in position.
Well, I could be your host because I love hosting.
I'd
call
rather put
me.
somebody in position. Yeah.
Call me.
I'm in a space where it's kind of like, I like putting people on. I feel better in that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've tried it out. It's cool. It's not like I don't know how to do it, but it doesn't mean I want to do it.
Exactly. No, I know that feeling 100%. And I hate that. I don't hate it, but there are so many things I'm really good at, and I don't want to do them.
Yeah.
And that's like, damn, Selena, if you just did that, you could like be really, really successful in the area, but I would be miserable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, that's one of my questions. What's something that looks like success, but it's not? But you like, that's not that would make me miserable.
What I learned from me was I had to choose, and nothing against this. I had to look at it. You know what I'm saying? I know people have his name in a certain light, but I was like, I would look at the stage, and every time I look at the stage, I was like, people would tell me I'm Russell Simmons. I understood why they would say it. But I'm like, I want to hit that stage. I feel like I'm Puff. I had to make a decision. Like, once I remember when I first was going to label, I came to the artists I was working with, and I said to them, like, the job that I have is very stressful, but I got to make me happy. Right? Y'all can't make me happy. I got to make me happy because in the beginning, when you're promoting artists, ain't no money yet. You know what I'm saying? There's leads, but that doesn't mean people gonna pay. People pay when they're ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as I'm working them, I said, I gotta make me happy. If I can make me happy, then it's gonna inspire me to go harder for y'all. I always like writing music. I feel like I put it down because I didn't know why. I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? It didn't mean that I couldn't push y'all and push myself. And then I felt at that time was a terrible decision because I did it and I wasn't thinking about making me happy. When I picked back up doing music because I wanted to, not because I have to, I saw more results. Yeah, because it's like, where else am I going to put my pain, my frustration? I can't black on people.
You can't what on people?
Can't black on people.
What's black on people?
Scream, yell, all of that.
Okay.
You can't just randomly
No
just
blacking
do that.
on people.
Yeah, you can't just do that
Okay.
because at the end of the day, if someone's not deserving of that energy, why give it to them? You know. So music, arts, poetry, all of those creative things is always a good way of expression because you get out your frustration in some way.
Yeah.
So being able to do that, I feel like the terrible decision for me was just stopping at that time and not knowing why I stopped. Because I could have just wrote just to write because it made me happy.
This is my last question about the tours. When did you know it was going to make money? Because you didn't, like you were saying, like a lot of things in the beginning, you don't know if they're going to be successful or not. So what were some signs like, oh, I'm on the right path?
When I was able to pay for all the Airbnbs and pay for Airbnb, gas, we did a 30-day tour and I was able to pay for gas, lodging, food, pay for my staff, pay for the flights for us to move around. We had to move to different events and still be fine.
Okay.
That's when I knew that, okay, I think that we finally figured out how to properly manage our budget.
How long did that take?
5+ years.
5+ years. Okay. See, people, it's not overnight. That's what I think that's what we all want. And then as soon as we run into one hurdle, it's like people turn, like, oh, this doesn't work.
Yeah, because I did 2 types of tour, a college tour, and then I did like showcase tour. Like when I stopped the college tour, I went to the showcases because with the colleges, we always did the audition. You couldn't just get on my college tour just because you rap. You would have to audition. Like then when you do a showcase tour, you're connected with artists and you have to figure out where am I leading them to so that they can continue to trust you, right? So when we did the showcases, like I said, we did our first 30-day tour. I remember doing that. And then when we did that, like I said, that's when I got 30 days to figure out if this don't work, how do we alter this? Because I still have to make sure these people are paid. That's on my team. I got to make sure we get home.
Do you have okay, so remember last year, everybody was talking about LLCs.
Yes.
That was the hot thing. Now everybody talks about AI. But LLCs, did you have one?
Yeah.
That's how you cut the checks.
Well, like I said, you could cut the checks, of course, with that. But a lot of my stuff was like, if we did cash, then I got to have a receipt. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have to manage that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing events, you might make tickets online, whether your website, Eventbrite, or whatever ticket way that you use. Or if you do cash, some people don't get paid in cash, but you still have to have a paper trail of it.
Right.
You know
How do you keep a paper trail for the cash?
Emails. Emails is always that. Or you can write a receipt.
So you just have to keep track of everything.
100%. It's not easy.
And you don't put somebody in place for that. You're keeping track of everything.
Like I said, not really. I have somebody placed with it right at the moment, but it's just like I got a trusted team. You know what I'm saying? Because then if I do an event, I'm not there. It's only like 2 people I really put in charge if I'm not physically there because then I'll get all the information I need.
Right.
You know?
What are some sacrifices you had to make?
It's a lot. But what I would say is like, one of the sacrifices that I had to make is you got to be okay with understanding that some people won't understand your vision. Okay. And they won't get on board right away, right? So that means you have to let go of your thoughts and your emotions, and you have to separate how you feel. Because sometimes you want like your family to support you or your friends to support you, and you have to understand that's also okay. So letting go of how you feel in that moment and not taking that personal, that was one. Because if you take that personal, you're gonna lose focus of the vision. Yeah. Because you're gonna focus on that instead of what you need to do. Like people get on board when they're ready, and you have to be okay with that. That was definitely one. 2, understanding that how to manage your time.
Yes.
That come with that's not easy.
No, it's not. And it sounds easy, but anybody who knows it's not easy. When you got so many irons in the fire, 100%. And you got to manage your time and still make sure you're mentally well, physically well, and take 100%. Care of your personal. Yeah, it's a lot.
100%. And you got to be okay with letting go. When I say letting go, control. You got to be okay with trusting others, because if you don't learn to trust others, you ain't gonna grow. Like for example, my sister is one of the main people that's a part of my business. You know what I'm saying? It took her time to grow and become who she is. But I had to like believe and just allow it to get to the point. Because anybody you put in position, they're not going to get it right overnight. You literally have to be able to see that they'll get there. And you just have to trust it and guide them along the way.
Yeah, it's tricky because you think you can trust family, but you heard about Dane Cook back in the day. His brother robbed him.
That's crazy.
Like Dane Cook, do you know who he is?
Nope, but you about to put me on.
He was a huge comedian in like the late 90s, early 2000s around there. He was in movies. He was big. He was probably like Dave Chappelle for white people. And he was big. And his brother was, I don't know what his brother's title was, but you hire your brother. He managed the money. He was some accountant or something. I don't know. He was just managing the money. And he stole millions and millions of dollars from him. Yeah. And then he went on the run. I think he went to jail. I don't know the whole story, but
that's hurtful.
It's like, it sucks when somebody steals from you, period. But your brother
hurts more.
You know you trusted him because that's why you hired him.
That's facts.
It's a betrayal on so many levels. But so when I heard you hire your sister, I'm like, well, you trust her big time because it's scary working with. Well, are you scared to work with family?
No.
Okay, you were like good.
Well, you gotta look at it, family or people. Anybody could betray you. Doesn't matter if it's family or not. But
I think I would be more hurt.
Yeah, we'll be more hurt if it's family.
If I met you and I hired you and you betrayed me, I would be upset and I'll have to deal with that. But if somebody I knew my entire life.
Yeah, family's always gonna hurt more because it's why it had to be you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta go into the situation knowing that anybody at any time could. So you just have to know how to move and navigate. And also understand if somebody betrays you, that means that they weren't meant to be here. They also
Right.
didn't understand your value, and if they lose all access to you, it's their fault. You could always bounce back.
Because you said letting go of control, but how are you as a, I don't know if the right word is manager, but as somebody who's working with folks, how much do you?
How am I as a boss?
Yeah, but how much do you watch them?
Like I said, you gotta be when it comes to your business, you gotta be aware of everything. You have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still, every person you work with is different, right? Some people are naturally gonna be micromanagers. All right, and you just have to figure out how to allow people to work within your culture. Figure out how they work, how you can work to meet in the middle, because you still want them to feel comfortable, but you still need to allow them to work within your guidelines. Just figuring it out.
How do you know if someone's doing their job?
Because you can ask them for a recap or a checklist.
Okay. What are some, and how do you know they're not? What are some, if you're hiring somebody, what's some things that are like, oh, never mind, it's not gonna work. Never mind.
I just feel like results, like you could just feel it. Like I said, for me, I really go off of energy. I can really feel if it's not gonna work. No matter how hard I try, if it's not working, it's just not meant to be. And that's just what I've learned over time. You get me? Because, like, for example, it took time for me to get to the place I am. You know what I'm saying? I had to fail. I had to be unorganized. Then I had to learn the importance of getting organized.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn that if I don't get myself organized, I can't have an assistant. I can't have a manager. I can't run a show properly. Then I'm still going to have to work in this business. How could I ever get it to the next level? It took time. You know what I'm saying? And part of my problem was I wasn't ready to let go. You'll have people who are wanting to go above and beyond for you, but you have to allow them the chance to fall down like you will.
Yeah.
But if those are your people, you pick them back up.
Okay. But not fall to the point where they're ruining your business.
Nah, reputation is everything, but you know how to move. Like, for example, right? You got two ways, depending on your business, what it is, right? Customer service is very important, right? So if you know how to treat your people, you want them to be a reflection of you, the same way that you move. Everyone has different ways that they speak, but we could all say thank you. We could all say good morning. We could all say good afternoon. We could all say, how can we help you? If a customer has a wrong way that they respond, if you know you don't respond that certain way, you just got to teach them how we respond, how to act with this. If a problem happens, let me know so we can fix this, we can alter this. Or if I don't know how to speak to this person, we don't fluctuate, you jump in front of this one so you handle it. So it's just knowing, because there's always going to be a mistake. There's always going to be error. There's always going to be a situation. You can fix certain things as long as you help set up the culture.
Okay. How do you correct? Is it just a conversation? Is it just like?
Depends. Some people is different. So some people may want a conversation. Some people may want an apology letter. Some people may want an opportunity to get on the next show. You get me? Some people just want to just have a better relationship with you, because if that went wrong, how could I just be more connected to you? It all depends. It's a case by case.
I think that's important about customer service. I think we get to certain levels or certain industries and we forget that our clients or our fans or whatever, they are our customers, and keeping that customer service at the forefront. Yeah,
and like the way you gotta look at it is twos, right? So yes, customers, that is, in the world of business, customers and clients is the proper terminology, right? But these people also become like your family in a sense, right? Because they feel connected to you, especially when the trust, like when people really believe in you, and because I know we're using the word customer at the moment, but when those people believe in you and they're taking their hard-earned dollar out of their pocket and they're choosing to spend money with you when they could have bought groceries, they could have paid their rent, they could have went on a date with somebody. Now they're making you important and pushing you to the front. That's family. You got to do whatever you can to make them always understand, hey, look, whatever went wrong, I know went wrong, but you do matter. How can we fix it?
Right. Okay. What do you do when you deal with irrational people? Because I deal with a lot of, I'll just say clients, a lot of clients. And I always put them first and try to make it right. But some people are irrational. I pretend that they're not to them. But in my mind, I'm like, this is absurd. You know this request is absurd.
Yeah, but you just, sometimes you learn that sometimes people just want to get off what they feel in their chest. You You know what I'm saying? Because it can be far-fetched to us, but this is how they feel. Like, I can't tell you how to feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We may not be able to meet what your request is.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that you don't have a right to feel how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I think about the request a lot. Cause I'm like,
It's cool.
I understand. I'm fine with emotions, but when it comes to like, you think you're the only person I've ever. Some people just feel like you owe them so much, and this is the only thing I have to do today. They forget.
Yeah.
They don't think.
But like
about,
I said, this is
their.
This is them.
Yeah.
Like I've learned over time.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to agree with you.
Right.
But I can respect that this is how you feel.
Right.
Just like I might say something that you process as, did he really just say that?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So it's like once you understand that people are people and we just have two different ways that we view the world, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's really good I don't know if the right word is advice, but I think that's really good information. When you said, go ahead.
Nah, it takes time. Like I said, I went through so much that I just see everything different and I see things a certain way.
Yeah. Do you have a mentor?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
How did you meet your mentor?
I think I attract them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because I don't know someone's going to become my mentor when I see them. I might get inspired by what you do. Like, I really like people who understand how to manage and treat people correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know where's my goal and where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? In my line of work, I meet too many people. It's a good thing. It's a blessing.
Right.
Right? So, but I have to always figure out, when you got, let's say, 100 people, how do you make half of them feel special? How do you make as many as possible feel comfortable? Or it's the small little things to people. So when I observe how people do it or manage how they deal with people or how they treat people or their experiences with people, it's like magic to me. I might get inspired and I may now want to learn from you.
Right.
It's all at different times, different people.
When you said failures and you've learned a lot, how did you process those failures? How was it?
When I was younger, it hit hard. Now, as I'm older, I look at that as an opportunity to learn and change.
Okay. Yes, looking at failure is an opportunity to correct. But back in the day, because like if folks are listening who are young or just starting out, those first punches hurt.
Yeah, I took it personally.
They hurt real bad. Then the more you get punched, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I should just go this way or whatever, you know.
Yep.
They become. That's the good thing. They do become easier. They don't stop.
That's a fact.
They just become easier. But how did you deal with those punches that really, really knocked you down?
So I know this sounds cliche, but I'm a really big believer in God. You know what I'm saying? I think that everything that happens for a reason, right? So a lot of the time it's like just talking to family or just venting to friends, just to get it off my chest or just prayer. You know what I'm saying? Now I have endurance.
Yeah.
But at that time, I took it real personal because you might feel like, why me? Because you don't understand. Without realizing it is you because you asked to be this. So you have to go through this to understand how to get to this.
Yes. I went through a whole season of like accepting that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
Facts.
It just like I've been told it's like a unlearning. The whole life you say, if you do this and this, you're gonna get this. Not in this world.
That's a fact.
Absolutely not. And you got to accept that. That's been the biggest lesson. But when you said, how do you hear God? How do you talk to God?
You can feel it.
It's a feeling.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, depending on how you was raised. Like, for example, like in my household, my mother and father, and even my grandma before she died, like, that's what I'm instilled. You know, you go to church, you get to see certain things, but when certain things happen or certain things align at certain times, it's God talking to you. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I went through that I can't say how it happened without saying a miracle happened or God made this happen because this door was supposed to happen or certain people being online at certain times. Like, I might, like, me being up at 2 a.m. randomly and the right plug is up at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? That means I was supposed to talk to you to make this connection and open this door. You plug me. All the things that happened, stars being aligned, it happened because it's supposed to happen in a
Yeah.
certain way. But when it comes to certain things spiritually, sometimes you can feel it when you talk about certain things, or you praying to God, or you talking to, you can feel it.
Okay. Because I asked not everybody, but whoever brings up the Lord, I ask them how they hear him or whatever.
It's like I said, it's more, you see it or you feel it depending on what conversation you having a lot of the times.
Okay.
So some people they'll get it, some people they won't, and that's okay.
So yeah, okay. So when those in the beginning, when those punches came, I'm calling them punches. You did.
I know what you mean though.
when they came, you just took some time.
Yeah, because it's like, what else could you do? Like, I still keep going.
Right.
Like,
I know take a beat.
Yeah. I know how to take a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't quit just because I've dropped the ball or I failed. I gotta get fixed. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned not to sit in that emotion, because the thing is, you still gotta keep going.
Did you ever want to quit?
Yeah, absolutely.
How many times?
A lot. Too many. I feel like anybody who's doing this, if you didn't want to quit as much as like I did or others you did, then you not trying to do, you wasn't really doing this for real.
Have you ever stopped for a little while and pulled back?
Like a week or two.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And what
But
happened?
I love it too much.
Yeah. I got burnt out and I took some time away. But then I was like, I felt like, for lack of a better term, I felt like a crackhead. I was like, I need it.
Yeah.
I felt like an addict. And I'm no dick shade to addicts, but you know what I'm saying. I know being an addict is very serious, but that's what I felt like. I really did. I still feel like that. I'm like, I gotta get out there. I need to do my podcast immediately. Okay. How do you know? All right, we're coming towards the end. Oh, it went fast to me. Did you know? Like, it's been very long for me.
Nah, you good. I had a good time. You good.
I wanted to ask, how do you know when you're making the right decision?
The impact and the way that people respond to it.
But before, like when you have a thought, all that space between the thought and the execution, how do you know you're on the right path?
It's all hope. It's all a feeling. You know what I'm saying? But we really don't know until we execute. Because the thing is, if you have an idea that's supposed to happen and people are involved, you won't know what it does until you get feedback. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for example, I'm using my last current situation, right? I knew in my heart that when we booked Jim, that was a good play. I knew that it would impact so many people in a certain way. It would allow people to be inspired and understand we got their back in the artist community. But even though I felt that, until the event happens, we don't know. We can feel it, but then when the event happens, now it's, okay, now it happened. We watch the crowd, we see the performance, we see the impact, we see the people, we see the faces, we see the vibe. Then 24 hours when the event's over or people leaving, then you get, thank you. Whatever you need, we got you. We gonna support. What's the next event? Until the event occurs, we don't know.
Okay. And how do you know somebody is serious about what they're doing versus they're playing?
Your actions.
Okay. But what's an example?
Music costs money, right? So, for example, this is how I see it. When I first started, I didn't really have any finances or anything. If I wanted to rap and there was a cypher, I'm not recommending everybody to do this, but if there's a cypher, I hop that train. I figure it out. Like, there was times I didn't know how I was gonna get to certain things. I ain't had a brag, but I figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you really want to do something, you figure it out.
Yeah. There was a story, Adrienne, I forgot her name, but you know who she is. She she would take the train to the red carpet, but she had regular clothes on, and she would hide her clothes. She would change in a phone booth. This was a long time ago. She would change in a phone booth.
I respect it.
And put her clothes under her regular clothes behind the thing, and then put her gown on and just hope that it would be there after. That's what I mean. Like,
I agree.
That's figuring it out. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how I'm doing this. Like, period.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, do you let the opportunity pass you by, or do you take a gamble?
Yeah.
Because it's like, no matter what you do, you're taking a risk.
Yes.
If you decide to let the opportunity pass you, you took a risk. If you decide to jump into the opportunity, you took a risk. So I'd rather jump into taking a shot and taking a chance.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I don't know. I don't know what missing is going to do for me, and I don't know what going is going to do for me.
Right.
So both of these are two doors that I don't know what's going to happen when I open it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go try.
It's always a gamble, but I think bet on yourself.
Yeah.
I think for sure bet on yourself.
Absolutely.
Be smart though. Don't like don't show up to the cipher and you never rap before.
I agree.
Like betting on yourself means you putting in the work on yourself, and then when the opportunities present themselves, you're like, oh, I can gamble now and bet on myself because I'm ready.
Fact.
But you don't want to get an opportunity to dance with Beyonce and you weren't practicing your dancing. You up there two-stepping. I don't think it's gonna work. Okay. Okay. Anything else? I'll have you mention your handles at the end, but when I close out. But anything else before? Oh, this is the last question. For listeners who want to do what you're doing, what would be a starter pack? If you could...
Take full advantage of YouTube. YouTube have a lot of podcasts that can give you information. So
this one included? You Plus Happy?
So that you can gain information and insight and have an idea of what to go. Be okay with trying different roles, because you never know which is the one you're going to fit in or like. I would also say make sure you're doing it because you love it. Some people may want to get famous or whatever your reason is, but when you find your passion, make sure whatever you're pursuing, your why, make sure it's because you love it and because you want to help people in some type of way. You know, because once you discover how you can help others, people will want to put you to the front.
Wonderful. There you have it, folks. All right, I'm closing this out. Thank you, Scott Morris, for sharing your time with me and playing along with the game and sharing your wisdom with our listeners. You can find out more about Scott on Instagram.
Hit me, Life of S. Morris is going to be in the caption too, but hit me on Life of S. Morris. If you guys want to do anything, you want to do some shows, that's More Bookings Agency, you can hit that page. Or if you want to perform at our festival, that's Day Summit. Or if you want to go on tour, you hit More Bookings. Or if you're looking for management, that's More Value, just hit us up.
And that will be in the show notes as well. So check those out. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in and being with me every week. I thank you all so much. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. And they can get with our friends, and we can do this every weekend. How do you say it? So y'all know what I mean. If you stop laughing at me, Scott. But anyway, share it, y'all. It's a good time, I promise. And then and tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. And that's it. See y'all next week. Bye. Thank you for watching You Plus Happy. See you next week. Yeah.